Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Grand Theft Auto 5 video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about 10 new awesome, pretty cool hidden details and secret features that you might not have known about that were added within Grand Theft Auto Online's Bikers DLC. That's right, another day, and we've got more features to talk about that you guys probably didn't know about in Grand Theft Auto Online. Some of these are really funny, and some of these are actually really useful as well, so I'm excited to get into this. So let's not waste any more time, and let's get it started. The first thing you might not have known about is a really funny cutscene that will happen, one that Rockstar never talks about or mentions, if your character dies from drinking too much in the clubhouse. So the clubhouse has plenty of opportunities to drink, whether that be beer or whiskey or whatever it is from the bar or just sitting on the table. You can do that over and over and over again. And typically when you do this in other scenarios or other places, you'll wake up in the hospital, and it's a pretty standard cutscene, but there's a really funny thing that happens in the biker clubhouse. So if you do that, if you die from drinking too much, you'll have a random cutscene that'll happen. Some people have been reported that they've been seen throwing up on the toilet. As you're going to see in a second, my character is just like passed out on the toilet. He wakes up and he's like, where the heck am I? What happened here? And then he tries to get up and brush it off like nothing happened at all. So that's really funny. You guys should try this out for yourself. See what kind of funny and cool cutscenes you get. And this just shows the very awesome detail that Rockstar put into every little aspect of this game. I mean, who would have thought of something like that? They could have easily just reused the aspect of going to the hospital when you die. But no, Rockstar did this really cool thing where they add obviously a new little cutscene right there. When you drink too much inside of your MC clubhouse. So I thought that was pretty cool, and I haven't really seen anyone mention that so far. So check it out and let me know what sort of cutscene you get as well. All right, staying in the biker clubhouse, this one should be pretty obvious, but I've seen a ton of people asking about it, and that is, can you move the bikes around in the clubhouse like you can in a garage? Yes, you can. You have to go to this blue circle that's kind of located right near the garage door. I know that sounds obvious, but a lot of people assumed that maybe because this was bikes only, you couldn't move them around. Or maybe some people assume that because it wasn't a technical garage, you couldn't move them around. But yeah, you can. You can move them around, put them in any order you want. And also, a lot of people were talking about what is that area off to the right? It's like those red rectangles. Those are not for cars. Those are not for extra bikes. That's where your clubhouse members' bikes will go because they can actually drive them in. So like I said, they go in an order from left to right. They start on that left rectangle, then they go to the right one. Those are not for your vehicles. Those are not meant for extra vehicles. They're not meant for cars or anything like that. They're simply meant for your, biker members' bikes to go in there when they're hanging out in your clubhouse. Okay, yesterday in my Biker Beware video, we talked about why you shouldn't buy the Chimera trike bike. And one of those reasons was the bulletproof wheels, amongst other things. I don't think it's a really good vehicle. But another thing that's kind of bothering me is one of the brake discs or brake calipers. It's off-centered, and this might not bother you if you're OCD, but I am OCD, so this does bother me. And when you're driving, you can actually see it moving and kind of rotating up and down because it's off-centered. And I don't know about you guys, but that really bothers me. I don't like the look of that. I think it looks clumsy. I think it looks weird. So that's just another reason right there, in my opinion at least, to avoid buying the Chimera for now until Rockstar fixes the bulletproof wheels, adds some wheel customization, and now fixes this kind of brake disc caliper thing from spinning like crazy while you're riding on it. So that's just another reason why I think you guys should avoid the Chimera right there. Just another little issue with the wheels. Also, in a video we did the other day, I told you guys the specifics and some of the lesser known details about using melee attacks on bikes, like being able to use your kicking in passive mode and just kicking in general without a weapon. Well, did you know that you can use the melee attacks even with a gun in your hand? So a lot of people will use like the combat axe or they'll use like the machete because they think that's the only thing that will work. But no, you can actually use whether it be a shotgun or a micro SMG to use a melee attack. And it's kind of like a 2-for-1. So you can instantly go from melee to using your weapon at the same time without needing to switch. So I thought that that's pretty cool. Now, I'm not sure if the weapons offer a different range. I would obviously assume the micro SMG would have a worse range over something like the sawed-off shotgun, but I haven't really gone into too much testing. I just kind of realized that the other day that, yeah, you can use weapons that are meant to be, that are firearms, but you can use them as a melee weapon as well. So that's something that's pretty cool, and obviously that's fairly unique, and that's pretty cool to use on bikes. A lot of people were also asking what's the difference between relaxed and a regular riding style. Some people were saying that the relaxed riding style has extra fidgeting motions and whatnot, but I didn't notice that. I noticed that your character fidgets and does random things on the bike, whether he's in the relaxed mode or whether he's in the regular mode. The only thing that the relaxed mode is going to give you is the riding with one hand, and you have to be under 50 miles per hour. Now, this only works when you're in a straight line, and if you don't go over any bumps or hills or anything like that, as soon as your character has to turn or hits a bump or goes up or down, he will put his two hands back on the bike. So the kind of riding, relaxed cruising mode only works really in a straight line without turns and when you're going under 50 miles per hour. That's the specifics in order to activate the relaxed riding style. All right, feature number 6, and this one's actually pretty cool because this is one of my favorite bikes of all time. It came with cunning stunts, and that is the Gargoyle. So the Gargoyle, when you had one of the liveries, it used to not show paint colors, which was kind of unfortunate, but now it does. So you can apply any of the two liveries, and then you can apply a paint color, and you'll get a really cool look for the Gargoyle. So that was one of my only complaints about this awesome bike, is the fact that it was really weird with liveries and colors, but Rockstar have seemed to address that, and now it's more normalized, where when you have one of the liveries on there and you apply a color, whether it be classic, matte, or metallic, it's going to show up much more prominently now, which can lead to some much better and cooler combinations when working with the Gargoyle itself. So I really love that change. Feature number 7, you guys might have known about this, but I've still seen so many people talking about it. LJT, Long John Teabag. He's the guy who kind of leads us through our business aspects of the biker money making stuff. And you guys might not know about that, but that is actually Lester. Now, he doesn't actually come out and say that it's Lester, but there's a lot of clues and giveaways that do hint and suggest that it is him. For example, they both kind of say the same nerdy things and sayings. They both have the same talking style where they pause after certain words. And there's also a line in the coding where LJT will actually call you and say, hey, it's Les, and then he'll stop and say LJT. So it's definitely Rockstar trying to hint that, yes, it is Lester. He's using some sort of like voice modulator or alter or something like that. And I'm assuming that's just Lester wanting to hide his identity while working with the various gangs. Now, keep in mind, Grand Theft Auto Online, once again, does take place before the campaign, so this would be before any of his work getting back together with Michael. So I thought that's pretty funny, especially considering Lester works with you on heists, but the fact that he doesn't want to reveal his identity in the biker business aspect is kind of funny as well. Okay, up next, this feature actually I saw on Reddit, and that is you can actually get more product to sell by using this production trick. So if you wait to upgrade your facility when your stock is all the way full, you'll actually get a production bonus where you'll have more supply to sell. So I have not done this myself because I did the upgrades immediately, but what I'll show you on the screen right now is a user who's went from like 140 something thousand of product to all the way to 160,000 more of product by doing the upgrades after he was already full. So instead of doing the upgrades when his product was growing, he did it at the very end, and it gave him a bonus, which I thought was really interesting. So if you want to try this trick out for yourself, you totally can. Maybe it'll work for you. Maybe you'll end up getting more stock. So definitely check that out. Speaking of warehouse stock, one thing you don't want to have happen is getting raided. So I mentioned in my video earlier that yes, raids happen, which is why the security upgrade is so important. And if you get raided, what you absolutely do not want to do is have the mission failed. Because if the mission fails, the FIB or the police are going to completely shut down your business. And what I mean by that is they're going to take all your employees, they're going to take all your equipment, and they're going to take all your product, meaning you have to do the setup all over again. So that is something you don't want to do. That unfortunately happened to me once, so I learned my lesson the hard way, and now I know that that's not a thing to take lightly. So if you are raided in online, you want to make sure that you have your crew members ready to go and that you're in a position to properly defend yourself, because if you fail, it's going to be bad news. You're basically going to have to start that entire business over and over and over again. And on top of that, Rockstar really do troll you with some of the things in game. Like in one of the raids, there were undercover cop cars that showed up at my business, and I was like, oh, that's awesome. I'm going to take this undercover cop car. But nope, they completely lock you out of it. And they also do the same thing to some other vehicles in the game as well, like the Lost Slam Van. Rockstar being some serious trolls right now. I mean, they put the Lost Slam Van in the game, but they don't add it in the Bikers update. I don't know what they're doing right now. I don't really know how to explain that, but that's just something I noticed as well. And finally, last but not least, at the number 10 spot, I mentioned in my video earlier too, talking about CEO versus biker stuff, that you can do them hand in hand, you can do them together. Well, as a biker, you can actually still get calls from your associate for a rare special item. This actually happened to me on live stream the other day, and you guys are looking at that footage right now. And it was really interesting that you can still get rare special items while doing biker missions. So that's kind of cool. And as I talked about in my video earlier, it is kind of best to combine the CEO stuff and the biker stuff as well. But anyways, those are 10 kind of new things and hidden and secret details and features that I've noticed within the GTA Online Bikers update. And that's all we're going to be going over in this video today. As always, if you notice anything secret or hidden that I didn't mention in the comment section down below, be sure to let me know there. If you did go on to enjoy this video though, however, a like rating would of course be awesome. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new, or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. With all the way, guys, like I said, thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.